Ang boto ko ay no, lalo na dahil inuuna natin ang kaso niya kaysa sa mga mas seryosong isyong kinakaharap ng isa sa mga kasamahan natin. Isang kapwa kong Batanggenyo na nandito ngayon na bumoto sa kaso ni Congressman Barzaga. Hindi ba nakakahiya maging miyembro ng Kongreso dahil parang naging normal na meron tayong isang kasamahan na inakusahan na nagbayad para sa mahigit 100 billion pesos ng mga kontrata sa DPWH? Para bang tinatanggap natin na normal lang magkaroon ng kasamahan na iniugnay sa pagnanakaw ng bilyong-bilyong piso na hindi iniimbestigahan na ng Committee on Ethics, Public Works o Infracom, samantalang inuunan natin ang kaso ni Congressman Barzaga, habang hindi man lang natin pinaglalaanan ng masusing atensyon ang mas mabigat na aligasyon, lumalabas na parang okay lang magnakaw sa Kongreso. Nakatala na sa kasaysayan na sa gitna ng matinding kontrobersiya sa korupsyon, ito ang inuna ng Kongreso at parang lang walang mali sa ginagawa ng isa sa ating kasamahan at tayo mismo ay ngayon sumisira sa imahe ng Kongreso. Mahiya naman tayo.
Hayaan natin ang mamamayan ng Dasmariñas ang humatol sa mga ginagawa ni Representative Barzaga kung saba ay karapat dapat na maging kinatawan nila. My dear colleagues, let us not erode whatever little trust that the public has left for this House at a time where allegations of massive corruption has been plaguing our beloved institution. It is callousness to sanction one of its most vocal critics, however eccentric, uncouth, or unpalatable his mode of delivery may be. Hindi po sa pamamagitan ng aksyong ginawa natin kay Representative Barzaga mababawi ang kredibilidad ng ating institusyon. What we need is to bring the public's trust back in this House, and this representation firmly believe that this move will not help us to move in that direction.
I rise to place on record this manifestation of support for Honorable Francisco Kiko Barzaga and to express my strong opposition to any move seeking his suspension from this august chamber. From Voltaire's philosophy of tolerance and freedom of expression, this line is often quoted: I may not agree with what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. The independence of the legislature ensures that members may speak fully, frankly, and fearlessly on matters of public interest.
Mr. Speaker, I reiterate my motion to call the roll of members for nominal voting immediately.
Mr. Speaker, may we recognize Honorable Kiko Barzaga?
Honorable Kiko Barzaga is hereby recognized.
Okay, testing. I wholeheartedly accept the decision of the committee, but I maintain my stance that President Marcos must be held accountable for his crimes. Too many people have died and too much money was plundered from the Filipino people for us to stand down now. Whatever punishment may fall upon me and others who stand against this president who has lost his constitutional mandate of serving the people is inconsequential in relation to the amounts of lives and futures that will be saved when President Marcos leaves Malacanang. It took the deaths and imprisonment
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
To bring Marcos Sr. to
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
My punishment is only the beginning of our fight against the
Mr. Speaker, may we recognize Chairman Abalos for the point of order?
Mr. Speaker, point of order. Honorable J.C. Barzaga is J.C.
Mr.
Abalos is hereby recognized.
Mr. Speaker, may I be recognized? The respondent has already spoken. He has said that he has accepted the imposed penalty under the committee report. Therefore, I reiterate the motion to consider the adoption of the committee report and call the roll of members for nominal voting.
Mr. Speaker, I just yielded to the Honorable Barzaga. The floor is mine.
But Mr. Speaker, I have a point of order. Majority
Okay.
Leader.
What's the point of order, Mr. Speaker? May I know from the chairman?
Mr. Speaker, as sponsor of this resolution, I have not yet yielded my time to the respondent.
Majority Leader.
If the chairman so wishes, he has his time, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Honorable J.C. Abalos is hereby recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to point out that as sponsor of this resolution, it is my time regarding this measure that we are deliberating right now. I would also like to put on record, Mr. Speaker, that the respondent has been given an opportunity to explain his defense at the proper forum, and we have accorded him that, Mr. Speaker. That is all, Mr. Speaker. Maraming salamat po.
Majority Leader.
Call the roll of members for nominal voting for adoption of the committee report.
There's a motion to adopt the finding. the honorable sponsor was willing to yield to a few questions.
Mr. Speaker, there's already a motion, and pursuant to our rules, Rule 121, the period of voting can no longer be interrupted by any motion or issue.
Mr. Speaker, the voting hasn't started yet, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I do not hear the chairman yielding to any more questions. After the 27 pages of the committee report, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Chanco, let's allow the members to decide on a question of discipline, whether they agree to the committee report. If they agree, they will vote yes. If they do not agree, they will vote no. So let's hear the members and call the roll of members.
Mr. Speaker, can we know from the chairman if he's willing to yield to a few questions or not? No? No? Not willing to yield questions?
Mr. Speaker, I reiterate my motion to call the roll of members for nominal voting immediately.
The Secretary General is hereby directed to call the roll of members for nominal voting. No more interruptions. With 249 members voting in the affirmative, 5 in the negative, 11 abstentions, the findings and recommendation contained in committee report number 28 are hereby adopted. Majority Leader.
Distinguished colleagues, ang boto ko ay no, hindi dahil perpekto si Congressman Barzaga, pero dahil questionable para sa akin na minadali natin itong desisyon dahil ngayong hapon lang natin nakuha ang committee report na ito at si Congressman Barzaga lang ang sinampahan ng kaso ng Committee on Ethics. Ang boto ko ay no, lalo na dahil inuuna natin ang kaso niya kaysa sa mga mas seryosong isyong kinakaharap ng isa sa mga kasamahan natin. Isang kapwa kong Batanggenyo na nandito ngayon na bumoto sa kaso ni Congressman Barzaga. Hindi ba nakakahiya maging miyembro ng Kongreso dahil parang naging normal na meron tayong isang kasamahan na inakusahan na nagbayad para sa mahigit 100 billion pesos ng mga kontrata sa DPWH? Para bang tinatanggap natin na normal lang magkaroon ng kasamahan na iniugnay sa pagnanakaw ng bilyong-bilyong piso na hindi iniimbestigahan na ng Committee on Ethics, Public Works o Infracom, samantalang inuunan natin ang kaso ni Congressman Barzaga, habang hindi man lang natin pinaglalaanan ng masusing atensyon ang mas mabigat na aligasyon, lumalabas na parang okay lang magnakaw sa Kongreso. Nakatala na sa kasaysayan na sa gitna ng matinding kontrobersiya sa korupsyon, ito ang inuna ng Kongreso at parang lang walang mali sa ginagawa ng isa sa ating kasamahan at tayo mismo ay ngayon sumisira sa imahe ng Kongreso. Mahiya naman tayo.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to recognize the Honorable Marcoleta for his explanation of his vote.
Honorable Marcoleta is hereby recognized.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, isang mapagpalayang hapon po sa ating lahat. I rise to place on record this manifestation of support for Honorable Francisco Kiko Barzaga and to express my strong opposition to any move seeking his suspension from this august chamber. From Voltaire's philosophy of tolerance and freedom of expression, this line is often quoted, "I may not agree with what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it." The independence of the legislature ensures that members may speak fully, frankly, and fearlessly on matters of public interest. Honorable Barzaga's statements directed at alleged corruption within the government falls within the fullest and most urgent category of political expression. To penalize him for raising concerns on corruption, which the Constitution itself mandates Congress to check, is to subvert the very principle of parliamentary privilege. Mr. Speaker, 2004 pa lang po, andito na po ako bilang Chief of Staff po ng aking ama. Nakita ko po ang mga oposisyon na grabe magtuligsa sa administrasyon. Nandyan po ang mga magigiting na miyembro ng Makabayan Bloc na sila Saturo Campo, Lisa Masa, Joel Virador na talagang magigiting na mga figura ng oposisyon. Pero hindi naman po sila naharap sa mga ethics case, gaano man sila kaanghang magsalita laban sa administrasyon. My dear colleagues, Honorable Barzaga is seated in this chamber because the people of Dasmariñas City, Cavite, placed their trust in him, as affirmed through the ballot. Article 6, Section 6 of the Constitution states that members of this House derive their authority exclusively from the electorate. Ano po ba ang mas mabigat na kasalanan? Ang magmiyaw o ang magnakaw? Ano ba ang mas mabigat na kasalanan? Ang mag-video at mag-selfie at mag-post ng pagkadismaya sa gobyerno, ang isang batang congressman? O ang ginawang sistematikong pagnanakaw sa gobyerno? O at pagsimot sa bilyon-bilyong piso sa kaban ng bayan sa pamamagitan ng mga ghost projects? Ang mga posts ni Kong Miao ay mistulang alingaw-ngaw lamang ng saloobin ng nakararaming mga Pilipino. To impose the penalty of suspension is to overturn the sovereign choice of the people. That remedy is reserved only for conduct so reprehensible and destructive of the institution that it overwhelms democratic legitimacy. No such circumstance exists here. Honorable Barsaga's only act was to express his views regarding corruption in government, a matter of public concern central to democratic oversight. Let not the House of Representatives be weaponized against its own members. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we'd like to recognize the Honorable Congressman Nazal to give his explanation of his vote.
Honorable San Fernando is hereby recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If we don't believe in freedom of expression for people we despise, we don't believe in it at all. This quote serves as the foundation of this representation's vote. Totoo na maraming nasabi, pinahayag, at ginawa ang kinatawang si Representative Barzaga na hindi aakma sa pamantayang inaasahan sa isang halal na opisyal. But this begs us to question what really is unethical behavior. While I agree that us lawmakers are held to a higher degree of ethics and decorum, such should not work as to stifle free speech and debate. Lawmakers must be free to say what we want, especially on issues involving national importance. Representative Barzaga's actions and words may not fit the usual mold of a traditional lawmaker. But who decides if the mold or what mold is correct? I understand these are difficult questions to answer, and I am unsure if there is any. But one thing I am sure of is that plundering the coffers of government through ghost infrastructure projects is what's unethical. The committee resolution sets a dangerous precedent. Ganito ho ba tayo kabalat sibuyas at allergic sa mga naiibang pananaw? Should our subjective judgments of Representative Barzaga's ethics supplant the will of the electorate? Hayaan natin ang mamamayan ng Dasmariñas ang humatol sa mga ginagawa ni Representative Barzaga. Kung saba ay karapat, dapat na maging kinatawan nila. My dear colleagues, let us not erode whatever little trust that the public has left for this House. At a time where allegations of massive corruption has been plaguing our beloved institution, it is callousness to sanction one of its most vocal critics, however eccentric, uncouth, or unpalatable his mode of delivery may be. Hindi po sa pamamagitan ng aksyong ginawa natin kay Representative Barzaga, mababawi ang kredibilidad ng ating institusyon. What we need is to bring the public's trust back in this House, and this representation firmly believe that this move will not help us to move in that direction. Yun lang ho, Mr. Speaker. Marami hong salamat.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize the Honorable Bong Suntay.
Honorable Bong Suntay is hereby recognized.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, ang boto ko ay nakaugat sa malinaw at tahasang proteksyon na ibinigay ng konstitusyon. Proteksyon na hindi natin maaaring baliwalain dahil lamang hindi natin nagustuhan ang pananalita ng isang kasapi. Ang boto ko ay nakaangkla sa pinakamamahal na kalayaan na pundasyon ng ating saligang batas. Nakaukit sa Article 3, Section 4, under freedom of speech, na nagsasaad na no law shall be passed abridging the freedom of speech, of expression, and of the press. Ito ang pundasyon ng lahat ng demokratikong lipunan. Its shield is broad and its protection is deep. It extends even to speech that is sharp, incendiary, or inflammatory. Constitutional protection is not limited to speech that is polite, convenient, or comfortable. This freedom is not ornamental. It is the lifeblood of a democratic discourse. The very air that allows truth to move, compete, and ultimately prevail in the marketplace of ideas. In every Congress, in every era, disagreements, mabigat man o masakit, ay mangyayari. But our duty is not to silence discomfort. Our duty is to allow debate to permit critique and to safeguard the right of each member to speak without fear that dissent itself becomes punishable. Totoo, the circumstances and expressions involved fall short of decorum expected in this House. Hindi natin kinukonsinti ang pamamaraan o pagkasabi. Hindi natin tinatanggal ang bigat ng responsibilidad sa pagpili ng salita. Ngunit, falling short of decorum does not remove constitutional protection. The speech may be harsh. It may offend sensibilities. It may jar our sense of propriety. But as long as it remains within the realm of expression guarded by the Constitution, this chamber cannot treat protected speech as punishable misconduct. Democracy does not mature through silence or suppression. It goes through robust exchange, matinding banggaan ng pananaw o mga malalamang diskurso ng pag-iisip kung saan ang katotohanan ay siyang huling magtatagumpay. I cast a no vote because imposing sanction here creates a chilling effect. Not only on the member involved, but on all who depend on this chamber as a forum for candor, for courage, and confrontation when needed. Hindi ito ang panahon para paliitin ang espasyo ng pagsasalita. Ito ang panahon para palawakin, palakasin, at pangalagaan ito. Freedom of speech is not defended only when it is easy. It must be defended precisely when it is difficult, when the speech is unwelcome, unpopular, or uncomfortable. That is the true test of our commitment to constitutional principles. Thus, with earnest respect for this institution and with fidelity to the Constitution, I vote no, to uphold our most cherished freedom, to preserve the vibrancy of democratic debate, and to affirm the truth. The truth emerges only when ideas are allowed to contend openly and without fear. Maraming salamat po.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize the Honorable Robert Nazal for his explanation.
Honorable Robert Nazal is hereby recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my esteemed colleagues. While I acknowledge the profound importance of maintaining and enforcing the ethical standards of this House, my vote of no reflects two deeply held convictions. First, although the respondent's conduct was inappropriate, crass, and unbecoming of a member of Congress, I respectfully submit that the proposed 60-day suspension is grossly disproportionate to the offenses alleged. If he has indeed acted beneath the dignity of his office, then by all means, reprimand him, hold him to account. But discipline must always be commensurate to the transgression, and in this case, I believe this august chamber is responding with excessive severity. A reprimand being the initial and least severe action should have been the proper first recourse, especially where the conduct, while objectionable, does not involve corruption, criminality, abuse of authority, or behavior so grave as to render a member unfit for office. Second, voting no does not mean condoning his acts. It is instead a principled affirmation that fairness and due process are indispensable. The resolution before us does not specify the precise acts for which Representative Barzaga is to be sanctioned. Without such clarity, how can he meaningfully defend himself before the entire House? The most basic tenets of due process require that any member must be informed of the specific statements or posts deemed punishable before the harshest penalty, short of expulsion, is imposed. If this House demands accountability, then we must likewise ensure fairness. Otherwise, we undermine the very integrity we claim to protect. Finally, this vote is also my gentle appeal to this chamber to recenter its energy on the people's mandate. At a time when Filipino families struggle with daily concerns such as rising prices, job insecurity, health burdens, educational gaps, our primary duty is to ensure that their material well-being remains the central business of the people's house. Let us not lose sight of the urgent fundamental issues that affect every household we swore to serve. A reprimand would have been a balanced, measured response, one that upholds institutional integrity without diverting the House's focus from the needs of our people. For these reasons, I register my view that a reprimand, not suspension, would have been the appropriate, proportionate, and constitutionally sound response under the circumstances. Thank you.
Majority Leader.
Speaker, I move to suspend session until tomorrow, December 2, 3 p.m.